In 1930s, a bunch of poverty-stricken boys from a village called Rwathia in Murang'a in Kenya literally walked to Nairobi in search for greener pastures. And they began their journey of hunting the shilling by hawking vegetables to Asians. And they found themselves with a dilemma because there were no banks for Africans. And therefore they formed themselves into small saving groups of 5 to 12 people. And they entrusted their savings with elders back in the village, which inspired many more to continue coming to the center. Soon enough, the savings groups, they began buying properties in prime locations from Asians in the city and building business empires using those premises. And today, more than 80 years later, they have managed to become some of the wealthiest real estate tycoons in the country, owning some of the best properties in the major cities in the country. And this story I revisited because it's such an inspiring story of sheer determination that you can make it from nothing to something, from hawking to being real estate Mongols. In today's video, I will be addressing how investment groups can be able to own prime rental yielding properties in the city. My name is Pius Muchiri Mugo, the Managing Director of Nabo Capital, and you're watching Invest in Africa. For example, if your investment group is looking for a prime rental yielding property in the city, what do they get today? So let's just try and Google. Pick my laptop and I Google buildings in CBD. And what do I get? There is a building. There's a prime commercial building along Kimathi Street, Nairobi CBD, that is going for an asking price of 250 million shillings. And they go further to give us details that it has a floor area of 1,400 square meters of space. Without even doing a lot of analysis on this, the question is, how would an investment group be able to come together and buy this kind of a building? And one of the things that I've noticed is a 3-bedroom home today or apartment goes for about 15 to 25 million shillings in Kileleshwa, Kilimani areas, which are relatively prime locations. So if we put together 10 people who are able to buy that sort of property at 25 million shillings, then it means we can be able to buy a very hot property right in the heart of the CBD. Even if you were able to even increase the number where your investment group members are not able to raise 25 million shillings, let's say 15 million shillings, then you're talking about 16, 17 people to be able to raise 250 or 50 million shillings to buy a hot property in the heart of the CBD. And this really is the reason why people come together in an investment group, to be able to buy something or to acquire assets that they would otherwise not be able to acquire in their individual capacity. There is a lot more that needs to be done, and that's why I would also advise any investment group that it has these ambitions to mobilize rental yielding properties in prime locations, to leverage on the expertise of a wealth manager like Nabo Capital. What are the benefits of using a wealth manager? A wealth manager will be able to put together a deal pipeline of the most attractive commercial buildings or properties within the city. They're able to evaluate which one is most attractive and narrow down to 1 or 2 that they can recommend to your investment group. Then they're able to give you a platform through which you are able to mobilize your savings to be able to buy that particular property. A fund manager will also be able to negotiate on your behalf the best price possible for that kind of property. And it's such an interesting time right now because we are in a period where we consider it to be a buyer's market. There are a lot of people there are a lot of people and institutions who have put up their properties for sale in the market, meaning you have a lot more bargaining power because there are more sellers than buyers. So it's a fantastic time for investment groups to be taking advantage of the environment that we're in. The fund manager or investment manager will also be able to help you to approach a bank and give them a watertight proposal to get bank financing if necessary. So there are many more other benefits that a wealth manager would help you to acquire this kind of properties, and I would highly recommend that you make this step in consultation with an experienced investment professional. Mr. Gerald Gikonyo, the only remaining patriarch from the Rwathia boys, over 100 years old, was recently quoted saying, "One cannot achieve much alone. People must come together." Thank you for watching. I hope this video has helped you to believe that it is possible for you to own some of the most prime properties in the CBD and which are also rental yielding. If you want to engage us and start taking this step towards owning this kind of properties, please feel free to write to us on our various social media platforms, or email us on the email address that is on the screen, or even come to offices at International House, 5th floor, Nabo Capital, and we'll be more than happy to explore the various options with you. My name is Pius Muchiri Mugo, the Managing Director of Nabo Capital, and you're watching Invest in Africa.